Ryouma Takebayashi, an 11-year-old boy residing in the forest, shares his home with over 1,000 magical slime familiars. One day, while exploring the woods, Reinhardt Jamel, a nobleman, and his troops stumble upon Ryouma's abode. Ryouma cordially invites them to his dwelling, but their suspicion is aroused when they realize he lives alone. Ryouma, in an attempt to explain his magical abilities, lies and claims that he learned magic from his deceased grandparents. Jamel, a mage accompanying Reinhardt, detects Ryouma's high resistance to physical and mental pain. Ryouma feels guilty for deceiving the visitors after they depart. In actuality, he was a discontented Japanese salaryman who died in his sleep 3 years prior. In the afterlife, he encountered 3 gods, Gain, Lelouch, and Kufo, who informed him that their alternate Earth was running out of magic. They offered to reincarnate him in their world, allowing Ryouma to keep his strength and resistance to physical and mental pain. This would form a bridge to Ryouma's Earth, which had an abundance of magic. Ryouma accepted the offer and spent 3 years learning about the magical slimes before encountering Reinhardt. 2 weeks later, Ryouma is taken aback when Reinhardt returns with even more people, including his daughter Illyria. Reinhardt brings Ryouma to meet his family, including his father Reinbach, his wife Elise, and daughter Illyria, who are all astonished by Ryouma's monster taming skills. As a token of gratitude for his previous assistance, Reinbach presents Ryouma with a golden clock. He also discloses that the Jamel family has been involved in monster taming for generations, and implores Ryouma to assist Illyria in taming her first familiar, a slime. Ryouma shares his knowledge of slimes, and Illyria decides to tame a cleaner slime that can purify impurities and grime, even if it means using her sweat-tainted bathwater as bait, the only certain way to lure the cleaner slime. The Jamel family invites Ryouma to join them on a journey to Jamel, another town. Ryouma is eager to explore the new world as he has only known the forest. Using his item storage magic, Ryouma brings his vast collection of possessions with him, including valuable items that he created through his experiments with slime abilities. Reinbach is impressed by Ryouma's abilities and wonders if he might have a bright future as a craftsman or even a merchant. During the trip, a rock slide obstructs the way, but Ryouma uses his own created spells to solve the issue, impressing Reinhardt's mages. The group then proceeds to Jamel. Ryouma heads to Jamel's church to obtain his status board, which doubles as a form of personal identification. There, he reunites with the 3 gods. Gain, who created the slimes, commends Ryouma for unintentionally influencing the evolution of the cleaner and scavenger slimes. Lelouch discloses that 2 of the Jamel ancestors hailed from Ryouma's Earth. One was an animal enthusiast who developed taming magic, while the other was a timid otaku who transformed into a formidable warrior magician. The gods also inform Ryouma that he has caught the attention of the gods of war and magic, and the god of artisans has bestowed upon him his blessing. Upon returning to Jamel, Ryouma receives counsel to register at a guild to safeguard himself from unscrupulous people. Illyria is astounded at Ryouma's capacity to control his vast magic reserves, disclosing that she possesses more magic than him, but with less proficiency. At the Tamers Guild, Ryouma learns that raising his rank will be difficult due to the lack of appeal that slimes possess. Consequently, he joins the Adventurers Guild, where Guildmaster Worgen accepts him right away after witnessing Ryouma's warrior abilities. As a G-rank member, Ryouma accepts his first G-rank job, which is to tidy up the home of a cat beastkin named Mia. Ryouma's slimes prove to be a valuable asset, as he not only cleans Mia's house, but also makes some repairs, much to her delight. In his next job, Ryouma is assigned to clean the communal toilets, which are suspected to be poorly maintained, due to corruption by the local authorities. While Reinhardt investigates, Ryouma discovers that the toilets are contaminated with miasma. Despite the Jamel family's attempts to dissuade him, Ryouma insists on completing the task. The guild sends Mia and other adventurers to keep the population away from the toilets, while Ryouma cleans them. After completing the job, Ryouma recalls his mother who used to stay awake to welcome him home after work until she passed away. He sheds tears of joy when the Jamel family greets him in a similar manner upon his return. Illyria seeks to learn magic and heeds Ryouma's advice by asking him to teach her. In turn, Ryouma seeks to enhance his skills in attack magic, and enlists Jamel to instruct him. Sabasu, the Jamel's butler, imparts his knowledge of advanced teleportation and storage magic to Ryouma as well. The following day, the Jamel family and their soldiers venture to a monster-infested mine to provide Illyria with practical experience. Illyria employs her magic to dispatch cave mantises, while Ryouma puts his newfound warrior skills to use. During their excursion, Illyria discovers and captures a rare metal slime which she bestows upon Ryouma as a gift. Ryouma realizes the potential to reopen the mine by extracting the remaining traces of iron using magic, thereby delighting Duke Jamel. Reinbach introduces Ryouma to Serge Morgan, a trader interested in buying and selling his creations, resulting in Ryouma accumulating significant wealth. However, Ryouma prefers to remain anonymous to avoid nefarious attention as a real alchemist. Reinhardt concludes his investigation and apprehends the embezzlers. Responding to Duke Jamel's request, Reinhardt dispatches Ryouma and other adventurers to eliminate the monsters from the mines. The Adventurer Guild commences their efforts to eradicate the monsters from the mines. The operation progresses favorably until the team encounters a substantial goblin nest located in the mine's depths. Despite the unexpected number of enemies, the adventurers successfully coordinate an attack that culminates in the goblins' defeat, with Ryouma and his slimes playing a vital role. Following his return home, Ryouma determines that he cannot continue to rely on the Jamel family's generosity, and conveys his intention to establish an independent lifestyle. Reinhardt and his family anticipate Ryouma's decision to pursue an independent path and acquiesce to his request, with the caveat that he stays in contact and visits them frequently. The following day, Ryouma seeks counsel and support from the Merchant Guild regarding his plans to open a laundry business. With a suitable location secured, Ryouma and his friends spend the next day constructing the facility. After the main building's completion, Ryouma journeys to the church to connect with the gods, but finds only Kufo present, as Leloucha and Gain are enjoying some leisure time on Earth. Kuro cautions Ryouma that his mental and emotional maturity will regress to that of a child to match his new body, but his memories and beliefs will remain unchanged. The Merchant Guild assigns Callum and Carla Nord, siblings, to work alongside Ryouma at his laundry business. After providing them with instructions on their new role, Ryouma enlists their assistance in hosting an opening party for his friends. The following day, Ryouma ventures to the Adventurer Guild under the assumption that few customers will visit the shop during its opening. Upon his return, however, he is astonished to find a sizable crowd inside. Satisfied with the successful day of work, Ryouma elects to hire additional assistants and returns home content. Ryouma conducts interviews with potential candidates for his laundry business, but all of them decline the opportunity to work for a child or handle slimes, with the exception of Faye and his daughter Li Ling, who are foreigners carrying concealed weapons. Despite their past as assassins, Ryouma opts to hire both as customer attendants and bodyguards. Following yet another successful day, Ryouma employs the healing slimes to treat Faye's broken leg, much to his delight. With the business's prosperity on the rise, Ryouma recruits 4 additional female employees, including a cook, and entertains suggestions of opening additional laundry shop branches. The Jamel family, observing Ryouma's accomplishments, celebrates with the assurance that he can manage without their assistance. Ryouma receives a large order for waterproof cloth from the Merchant Guild for the seasonal quail frog hunt. He decides to produce the cloth inside the mines, and Illyria accompanies him, practicing her violin. One of Ryouma's slimes evolves into an iron slime after consuming some iron. Illyria then requests Ryouma to make a small statue of her. Pleased with the result, he ends up making statues of all the members of the Jamel estate, and they decide to keep them as mementos when Illyria leaves for her studies, including one of Ryouma. At the shop, Ryouma learns that sales and profits keep increasing as Bamboo Forest's reputation grows. He realizes that he forgot to give holiday breaks to his employees, and decides to rectify that. His employees rejoice at the news, as it is not common for employers to give holiday breaks, but Ryouma doesn't wish to cause exploitation. Later, Ryouma buys a new type of slime from a group of adventurers who captured it. By appraising the slime, he learns that it is a bloody slime. The 3 gods watch his progress and rejoice in their decision to choose Ryouma. Back home, Illyria invites Ryouma to a taming magic training session with her family. After training with the Jamel family, Ryouma fulfills the Merchant Guild's order for waterproof cloth, and joins Illyria and others to witness the annual migration of lemur birds. During the event, a tamer tries to use music to tame the birds, but they retaliate and attack him. Ryouma and the group come to his aid, but are hit by a powerful magical attack from one of the birds. Thanks to his mental fortitude, Ryouma manages to drive the birds away, but Illyria is disappointed that she couldn't tame one as she had hoped. They decide to return the next day for another attempt. Illyria and Ryouma successfully tame several lemur birds using their music, including the previously encountered nightmare lemur bird and a phantom lemur bird. The Jamel family celebrates their success during dinner. knowing that it's their last night together before Illyria and her family leave. The next day, they say their goodbyes and promise to keep in touch. Ryouma heads to the mines to begin building his new home. The gods, observing Ryouma's achievements, reaffirm their decision to reincarnate him in their world and anticipate the exciting adventures he will embark on in the future.